Yeah, guys. It is us again. It's that time of the month. Yeah, it's that time of the night where we go online and build again. So this is the episode 2 of the Mobi podcast. Guys, we're about to build something crazy. Alright. So in the previous episode, we have done the setup and everything, and we can all tell how complex this app is gonna be. So we would have to stick around and then build it one step at a time. We know it is crazy, right? We know the app is crazy with some kind of confusing features, but yeah, that's all good, guys. We would get that done. We will do it just as we always do. So yeah, live on TikTok, live on YouTube. If you are watching on TikTok, don't forget to check out the YouTube channel Code Researcher. And if you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. Yeah. So guys, let's get to work. So in the episode 1, in episode 1 we've done some few stuff. Oh no. In episode 1 we've done some few stuff, so we would have to go in there and then check it out. Yeah, so let's run our app and let's see what we would have and then what we have to add and see how many screens we can build in 2 hours, and so that we can jump to episode 3 in our next video. So let's get an app running. Let's get a running started so that we can get to business, and you're invited. Yeah, so guys, this is what we've been able to achieve yesterday. We've created widgets, that widget for the background, and that's what we've done. We are going to also create a widget for the app bar, right? So as you can see, if we should take this, we're using the Mobi background, right? But we need to create an app bar for this particular thing, right? We need to create an app bar for the Mobi background and whatever. So that's what we would have to do. That is what we would have to do, right? So let's cut this and then let's rerun this. Yeah, so that is that, and then we are going to check some few things right now. Let's go to the Mobi background, and then we are going to create an app bar which will be called the Mobi app bar, right? So let's go in shared and let's create Mobi app bar. So this will be Mobi app bar, right? Yeah, I think it's like this. Yeah, is that it? Let's check. Let's see full and then the Mobi app bar. I think, yeah, that's not it. We have to rename it to be this. Yeah, and then we can change this to our Mobi app bar. Okay, yeah, we would have to, we made a mistake with this, right? Mobi underscore app underscore bar. Yeah, so this is what we are having, right? And then we're just gonna import this. We're gonna import material, and we should have that. And in this we would be returning app bar, right? So we will return app bar, and that should be something that we have to always do, right? So we will be returning safe area. Let's go inside the Mobi app, take this off, and then have this like this. Yeah, I think we can have this like this. Yeah, so now if we go to Mobi background is returning scaffold, right? So we can now define our app bar like this, and then in there we can define some few things, right? So we can have the Mobi app bar, and then we can have the leading as whatever we are going to give the leading. So we can have something like final widget, which will be the leading, final widget, and then we are gonna call it leading, right? So guys, thanks very much for the likes and the follows. Right, thanks very much for all of you that are touching this and then making it go forward. So our leading is going to be widget dot leading, and then our trailing, right, our actions is going to be, that will be a final list of widgets, right? So the action is going to be final list of widgets, and then we'll have this as our actions, so we can have final this dot actions. Actions is not supposed to, actions is just supposed to be this, so I think we can have actions like this, and then leading can also be like this. So we will just have widgets dot actions. So this becomes our Mobi app bar. So if we come to the Mobi background, we can set the app bar to the Mobi app bar like this. So let's see, it returns Mobi app bar can't be designed because it's so we have to change this to return something like preferred size. Let's see, preferred size, and then we will have to supply the size, and then let's do size, and then let's have the width. The width is gonna be a double dot infinity, and then the height, how long do we want the height to be? That is something we can check from the UI. So the height is something like 40, so the height can be 40, and then we can also go online and search app bar height in Flutter, right? So default app bar height in Flutter. What is the default app bar height in Flutter? So that's like 56. So that's a 56.0. Guys, thanks very much for the likes. Thanks very much for all the likes. I really appreciate them. So what is it giving us again? The Mobi app bar can't be assigned to the parameter type preferred size widget, but we just return it as a preferred size. So what then is the issue? Okay, maybe we can have something like this. Instead of having it as a full widget, we can have it as this. So Mobi app bar, we can have Mobi app bar as something like this. So static default, and then let's have something like this, and let's see if that's gonna work for us. So guys, thanks very much for the likes, thanks very much for the follows and the reshares and everything, guys. I really appreciate it. So we're gonna have a class called the Mobi app bar, and then if we should go back, we'll just have to set our required elements or our required parameter, right? So we are gonna have this, and then we are to have something like this. So we are gonna do which one is the first one? Widgets, and then we will call it leading. So we can have something like this, widgets, and then we will call it leading, and then we can have a list of widgets that we will call actions, right? So list of widgets that we would call actions. So let's have this like this, and then let's have this as actions. So now if we go to Mobi background, it's still giving the same issues, but we can have Mobi app bar dot default app bar, and then now the issue should be gone. So guys, now we have this as our default app bar. So if we should run this app, right? If we should go in here and run this app, we should have the app bar not showing, but as soon as we start adding things, this is what we will now get, right? So we have to do something from the background, which is to set the app bar, right? So now instead of asking for this, we will now ask for something like Mobi app bar. Then we are gonna have it this way as app bar. So when we come in here, we are gonna check whether the app bar is available, else we bring now, right? So we are gonna do widgets dot app bar, else do nothing, right? So let's see. Okay, Mobi app bar dot so app bar dot, can we have the default app bar? I don't think we can have it that way, but can we have this way? No. So what do? We use preferred size. Yeah, so now we check if we have the app bar, else we return nothing, but let's see if now it's gonna work. So let's see. Yeah, so now let's rerun this and see what we are gonna have. Yeah, so now without the app bar, this is what we are gonna have, right? Guys, thanks very much for the likes. Don't forget to follow and also check out the YouTube channel for other videos. Yeah, so now this is what we are gonna get if we don't supply the app bar. So if we should go to the Mobi app and then have this body and then we supply the app bar. So let's call the Mobi app bar dot default, and then we set the leading, which is gonna be like a text. So let's say this, and then let's set the actions, which is gonna also be like this, which is also gonna be a normal text like this. So let's have this as actions. Yeah, so rerun the app and then we are looking at something like this. Yeah, so we're looking at something like this, but you can see that now we are having double elements, double app bar, which is crazy because we're not supposed to have something like that. We're not supposed to have something like that, guys. Now I'm feeling like I should rather go with the previous setup, because setting up this app bar wants to give us a tough time, right? So if I should take this off like this and then we do this, then we are gonna have that app bar, which is the one that comes from the app bar itself, the preferred size. But if I don't do that, then we would be having something like let me see, where is the Mobi app? Well, take me to Mobi app. Okay, where are we? Okay, yeah, take me to Mobi app. This is the Mobi background, the app bar. So now what are we looking at? So okay, so we don't have to supply the app bar, because if we do, then we are gonna be having double elements. Okay, all right, so that means we don't need to supply the Mobi app bar from this particular section. Okay, yeah, so now we can have something like this. Why does it feel like the height is very long? So we just have to go to that particular Mobi app bar and then change some few things, right? Which is gonna be, hi, do you teach coding? Yeah, I do teach coding. And then Junior, hi guys, welcome to this episode. Yeah, so the background color, we are gonna have the background color as if we make it transparent, it's not gonna look good, because let's see, this is the background color of the app bar. Okay, it looks good. Yeah, so this is the background color. Can you guys see the text on there? Can you guys see the text? Are we supplying an app bar? Can you guys see the text? We added the text, but they are not showing, which is, bro, please, I've created a code. I want to put it on Google and a mobile app. Yeah, text me. It's not just an easy task having your app on Play Store. So text me and let me see how far we can go with that. Guys, thanks very much for the follows. I really appreciate it. When are we learning Python? Um, for Python, guys, I can't tell. Yeah, guys, I can't tell when we will be learning Python because we have so much to build, and really I don't have a Python in mind. So, yeah. Yeah, so guys, I can't tell, but yeah, when the time comes. Yeah, so in here, let's use app text, and then let's see if we can make use of semi-bold, and let's hold this lead in. Let's see if that's going to show. Okay, this is our leading, and then let's use our actions, and then app text dot semi-bold as well, and then let's call this trailing, and let's hope it shows. Yeah, so now we have these two elements on the app bar. Guys, thanks very much for the follow. Please, if you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to follow, and if you are watching on TikTok, don't forget to check out the YouTube channel Code Researcher and drop that follow. Yeah, so guys, it's time to get to business, the real business. Yeah, so it's time to get to the real business. Let's see what we can do, and let's see what we can build and cannot build. First things first, Dastus, thank you very much for the follow. Don't forget to check out the YouTube channel, right? There are beautiful stuff in there for you to actually have access to. So I would want you to check it out and tell me what you think. Yeah, so guys, we have this. Good afternoon. Sure. And then we have this element that follows the good afternoon, and we are going to have to build all this. The beauty of this is like it's one. For me, it's just a single thing, having to make elements look like they are being raised from the background itself. Charlie, I haven't done it before, so I want us to see if we can actually challenge ourselves and build something, if not the same thing, something very, very close to this. I'm talking about this element, right? This keys, these buttons, and all that. I want us to actually challenge ourselves and have something like that. So let's go to the app bar and start working on our app bar. Yeah, so what are we gonna do? What is the first thing that we would have to do? What's the first thing that we'll have to do? You don't know? Okay, I'll show you. Yeah, so assuming we have this here, good afternoon of the size 18 semi-bold. Let's confirm the size of our semi-bold. It's 18. All right, so assuming we have something like good afternoon. All right, so good afternoon, and let's see how long it's gonna be. Okay, this is this, and the reason why it's being clamped, all right, please, the reason why it's being clamped to the side, all right, the right side, is that the leading length of an app bar is very short. It's not very long, it's so short, and then that is why the elements are kind of cutting off, right? So we would have to set the length of the leading. Guys, thank you very much for the follow, and then Dre, welcome to the house of developers. Yeah. Yeah, so let's have this and see if actions is gonna be there. Yeah, so now this is the height of the leading, and then for actions we have to make sure that actions is actually, we have to give it an alignment and all that, but we can also do that, so no problem. Yeah, so now we have good afternoon, and then we have this. No problem, guys. No yawa. No yawa. Yeah, no yawa. So the next thing for us to do is to have this child, we have to put it in a pattern, right? So pattern, and then we are gonna have this symmetric pattern, and make sure that the elements are not are kind of pushed a little bit away from the screen, right? So the edges of the screen. So we are gonna have something like this: good afternoon, and then followed by the trailing icon, as you can see here. So we have this, and then the next thing is for us to work on this button, right? We don't have to do the two buttons, we just have to make sure that one looks exactly like this, and then we can duplicate that for the rest of the buttons. Yeah, so we are gonna have to build our own button widget to look exactly like that. Okay, so let me go to the Mobi app once more and see what we have in here. So inside of actions, we can actually have what we are going to do is that we can have actions as a widget, right? We can have actions as we have it this way as a list of widgets, but we can also have it as just a single widget, and then we can do something about it, right? So we can have actions as a single widget like this, and then in here we'll just have to do this and then put actions. What is it saying? Yeah, it says we can't use this for that. So let me take it back. I'm just trying to see if I can make something out of what we have right now. So flexible space, actions, title, and then all that. Yeah, so guys, let's see what we can make out of actions, right? Let's see what we can make out of it. Yeah, so let me see, can we have a row? Let's have this. So we're gonna have a row as crux as this alignment center, and then the children is gonna be either actions or this. So let's rerun and see, it's gone. Let's do this. Let's have actions inside of an expanded widget or something like that. I think we should have something like expanded. Then the child should be this actions with the guys. I'm just doing too much. Yeah, I'm just doing too much. Let me take this back and then let's focus on what we want to build. Something just popped up in my head, and hello guys, what's up? Something just popped up in my head and I was trying it out to see if that's gonna work. So that is why I went there trying to do some stuff. No. Yeah, so what do we have in actions? We are gonna have this icon, right? Let's first start with the icon. So let's make it image icon. Yeah, so let's have image icon, and then we are gonna have something like asset image. Yeah, hello, who is there? Knock knock, who is there? App assets. Yo guys, have we set up our app assets? I don't think so. Yeah, we have to set up the assets, guys. We haven't created that, so let's create the assets folder. What is wrong with my light? The light is tired of the job, right? It doesn't want to do the work anymore. So we are going to create a class and call it app assets, and then in here we are going to start with let's call it app bar icons. So let's do app bar icons. Yeah, so in app bar icons we are going to have a static constant string, and call it what's gonna be the name of that icon? Flash. Yeah, let's call it the flash icon. So the flash icon is this. So just go in here, copy the assets folder or the asset directory of this. Oh, we haven't even set it. Oh guys, yeah, so we go to assets and then we set icons. Yeah, and then we also set images as well. So let's do those things before we move on. So we have icons, images. Go to your YAML and then let's do some stuff from here. Yeah, so get this here and push it a little one index back and then have it this way. Yeah, so now we are gonna have to copy our icons reference. So we'll do something like assets and then slash okay, yeah, then we are gonna have icons and then we'll do same thing for images, right? So let's add assets slash images. Yeah, so now we have this and we just have to do our pop get and then every item should now be propagated across every section of the app. Yeah, so now we can go in here and then we'll drop our icons icon in there, the flash icon. I think we already have that somewhere, so we just have to go look for it and then drop it in there. So where is the flash icon? Where is the flash icon, guys? Looking for it, looking for it, looking for it, looking for it. The icons are missing, guys. I have so much elements here. I can just directly locate what I'm looking for. So let me go to my downloads and then I should have access to it. Is this it? Yeah, so now I have the flash icons. I only have to drag it into my icons folder. Yeah, so let's have this. And what's the name? Flash.png. So this is what we have now. Yeah, so we are just going to copy this and then let me take it here, and that should do the work. Yeah, so now when we enter Mobi app, we would call the app assets dot the flash icon. So this would become our icon. If we rerun, we would have this as our icon now. The next thing we can do is to set a color, right? So the color has to be fully white, and if we run this, now we have the white color. Now it's about to get tensions because this is where things become beautiful, right? This is where things begin to make sense. So let's see if we can make something out of nothing. Guys, remember this particular build is starting from scratch, which means that everything we build here is coming straight from the head and then experience. Yeah, guys, don't forget to subscribe. All right, let's make 310 subscribers before the end of tomorrow. Yeah, so guys, we have this. Now we are focusing on this because we have to make it look exactly as it should. There's no two ways about that. So in actions, we would create something like row, and then let's see children and drop this, and let's hope for it to vanish. Okay, and then we are going to set the cross axis of row to center. So let's do that and see. Yeah, so that's what we have. But I am beginning to see something that is not so cool, which is the good afternoon and then the flash icon are not aligned in the center. They are not well aligned, right? So if I should go all the way to the app bar, guys, thanks very much for the likes, thanks very much for the follows. I really appreciate all of them, right? So if we should go back and set the background, let's just give it any background and find a reason why our elements are not well aligned in the center. So you can see that this is aligned in the bottom and this is aligned a little bit ahead of this. Phew, guys, how are we gonna do that? Because on a normal, they're just supposed to be centered. We don't have to do much. Yeah, we don't have to do much. So now, is it this that is far from where it's supposed to be, or is it this? Alright, if we should put the leading in a center, alright, I want to put the leading in a center and let's see. Now that's not where we want it, and then now it's at the center, but that's not where we want it, right? So we would have to do some few stuff and see what we are gonna get. Yeah, so guys, it's now looking crazy because let's try to put it in something else. Remove this center and replace this with let's say a row, something like this, not a padding, please. Let's replace the leading with a row, and then let's do this, or a shrink size box, right? So let's do this. Yeah, so now we have it well centered. Okay, now we can take this off and then bring the transparent background, and then we should have something like this. Yeah, so guys, everything is looking good. Okay, yeah, sure, you can text me, Miss Vida, you can text me. If you're running in losses, yeah, so this is what we have now. Our app bar is looking good, guys. The app bar is looking good and everything is looking very nice now. So what we would have to do is to now focus on building this particular button. Yeah, so first things first, let's go and then wrap that particular button. Let's take this off, right? And even the assets, let's focus only on what we are supposed to focus on. So now this icon image would have to wrap it in a container, right? That's the beginning of the whole design. EB, thanks very much for the follow, right? So we're gonna have a box decoration of the container, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and also check out the YouTube channel for more videos. A lot of videos are available on the YouTube channel, so you can check it out and then drop that subscription, and stay tuned for the most beautiful apps that we build on live, and just enjoy. Yeah, so we are gonna have decoration, and then let's set the background color of this decoration, right? It's gonna be a pure black color. So let's have something, it will look like this. The next thing is for us to give it a padding. So padding, and then we are going to give it a constant padding across all angles of the box. So we're going to have something like 8.0. Have this padding, and now our app is looking like this. So the next thing is to change the shape of this to a circle, right? So let's change the shape to a circle. And now we can take a look at how close we are to getting this design. Guys, we are close to getting this design, but there's a lot more for us, right? There's more for us to do. So let's change this to 16, and let's see how it's gonna be. This is very big, we can't have it at 16. Let's confirm the size of this container of the circle, and then that should, how can you say this is 44? No, please. If we want to do that, we're gonna just bloat this thing, right? So let's keep it this way. Even this seems a little bit too much. Let me just maintain the 8. Yeah, so we have this. For the sake of the viewers, let me make it 10 so that you can view it clearly. Yeah, so we have this. Now the next thing for us to do is to make sure that this shadow down here, it's behind that, and some other stuff are also added as well. So if we should look at this shadow, we have this linear shadow which is looking like this as a gradient for the background, and then after that, what else do we have? We have this for the icon color, we have this for the background itself, and then we have this. Phew, Charlie, the designer want to kill us, guys. The designer want to break our head, and then we would have to do that. So let's go in here, and then we'll start by setting the shadow. Let's wait on the background color. For now, let's focus on the shadow. Yeah, so box shadow, we are gonna have something like this, and then box shadow, and then the first thing is the color. So now what are we going to use for the color? Let's say we are using white for the color. Let's just say white is the color for the shadow. Yeah, and then the next thing, it's gonna be, the next thing is gonna be the offset, right? So let's set the offset of the shadow, offset, and then the horizontal offset is something like a negative of 4, and then the vertical offset is also like a negative of 4. So let's do that too and see what we would get. Now this is what we are having. All right, this is what we are having, and then the next thing for us is to add the blur radius to this particular button, right? So let's say the blur radius is 24, and then let's see how it's going to look like. So now this is what we have. This is what we have, and we would have to do some few fixes, touches here and there. Yeah, first things first, we would have to take a look at the white button. So with values, and then we'll set the alpha, and then we start with the gradient, which would be only 15. Right, so let's start with the opacity as 15, and let's see how it's looking. Yeah, it's not close to this. We would have to do more. Yeah, so let's have it as a 0.5 and see. Nah, still not close. Right, now what I realize is that the shadow that we are setting is in a box form, right? So it's in the shape is like we have the box shape as a circle, but the shadow is not circular, right? The shadow is not circular, as you can see. So let's add border radius to see if that will actually take off that issue, right? So let's give it this and see. What do we do? It says when you set box shape, you can't set border radius. Again, that's what it's saying. So if we do that, we're still not gonna get exactly what we are looking for. So guys, this is like the most complicated part of the 10 for me of the button. So if we are able to achieve that, then I think we would be so good to go, right? This is what we are looking for. Yeah, so let's go to the gradients. Let's first work around the gradients, and then we can now focus on the next stuff, which is still the drop shadow, that particular shadow behind it, right? So let's go in here and then take off the shadow for now, and then focus on the gradient, and then let's see what we are gonna get out of that. So we are using the linear gradient. And then colors, and then we would have something like this. We are gonna see the start of the gradient, I think top left, and then it's ended at bottom right, right? So it begins at the top left, and then it ends at the bottom right. Right, so which color are we giving it? We are giving it black, and then the other one. So let's go to our background. We are looking for that same color, and that is what we are going to use for this. Yeah, so let's come in here and drop these colors and see if that would help us. Can you see anything? Nah, I can't. Let me take this off and see. Can you see anything now? Yeah, I think so. So what we have to do is to also do this like this and see. So now we have something. I don't know if you can see it from your side, but here there is that particular shadow, and then we have it now. So now after having that particular gradient background, we would go back to focusing on that same thing again, which is the box shadow. I don't know if clip rect can help us. Because at this point it should be like the best option for us to use, right? It should be like the best option for us to use, but I don't know if it can help us. So let me bring it, and then let's see if we can have something like clip rect, and then we are gonna set this margin, the margin of the container. For now, let me not add it. Let's try to see where the issue will come from, then we'll set it up. So border radius, circular, and then the circular border radius, we're gonna give it 100 to make it fully circular. So now we should have something like this. And now let's give this. Yeah, thank you very much for the follow, guys. I really appreciate all of them. Please don't forget to check out the YouTube channel for more videos, and also don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, so that is what we're gonna have. I wanted to give it a margin, but nah. Yeah, so what we can do is let's wrap this in a padding and then increase the radius of that padding, just the padding, and then we would have something like this. Can we give the clip our rect size? If we can't do something like that, then we should rather use this as a sized box, right? Or let's give it a container for now. Guys, I'm getting the idea of how this should look, right? So I'll give it a bigger container, and then that container will have a size, and then it will have a height and a width, right? So let's say it has a height of 80 and a width of 80, right? So this container should now have a color of indigo. So let's run this, and then we'll have something like this, right? We have something like this, right? You can see here. Yeah, now the next thing for us to do, Derek, thanks very much for the follow. Please don't forget to check out the YouTube channel for more videos like this one. Yeah, so the next thing we would have to do is, if we should take this pattern off, then we are looking at, hey, go back, go. Yeah, so we should take this, we are looking at something like this, and then if we should take the containers pattern, yeah, that's what we just did, I think. Yeah, so now what we can do is to actually increase something around the container to have it in a rounded shape. So let's do decoration, box decoration, and then we're gonna set the shape to cycle, right? Let's do this. What is it saying? Okay, the color is here. Yeah, so let's put it inside. I told you guys that when you set box decoration, your colors have to go in there. Yeah, so we have this as the circular elements. We also have to do some few stuff in here. The reason why the element is looking like this is because we have to, let's add a padding to this, and let's see what we would get, right? Let's see what we would get, or we should go to this and add a width and a height and see how it will look like. So let's say width is 40 and height is 40, and let's see, why are the elements, right? The element seems to not move away from the parent pattern, the parent container, which is kind of crazy. So let's make this 120, and let's make this 120. Yeah, so we are gonna have something like this, but we want the size of this to actually reduce. So if we should reduce the icon size, to 8, let's just make it very small and see. Now whatever we do to the icons are not it's not reflecting, or it's not affecting the parent container, which is crazy, because guys, this is what we are supposed to use to actually get exactly what we want, right? With the ideas that were appearing to me, this is what we are supposed to use to get exactly what we are looking for. So let's test the options and see which one will work. Yeah, so we have something like this now. The margin seems to actually affect it, so let's make it this way, and then we are looking at something like this. Yeah, so we are looking at something like this. If we should make the margin 8.0, then we now have something like this, but I think 10 should work, right? Yeah, so sorry, I was supposed to rather go down, not up. Yeah, so now we have something like this. And what I think we can have now is to go all the way to the box decoration, right? So the clip r rect is supposed to affect this one, border radius. So let's set the border radius. The border radius is 700 already. Guys, thanks very much for the follow. I really appreciate all of them, right? Guys, thanks very much for the follow. Don't forget to also subscribe to the YouTube channel for more beautiful videos like this one. Yeah, so now the shadow is not affecting the shadow, right? Is not affecting this, which is kind of crazy because it's supposed to. It is supposed to. But if it's not ready to affect it, then I think we would have to try something else. We have our gradient, and then this is our box shadow, right? If we should reduce the blur, let's see what the blur radius will be. Now we have something like this, but we only want the clip rect to affect. We want the clip rect, right? The radius of the clip not to affect that of the parent, right? That of the inner container. So if we do something, guys, you see we are almost there, but we still have something more to touch on. This is what we have, right? We are almost there, but we still have to do some few touches to actually make sure we get exactly what we are looking for. So let's say we have something like this, and then the top offset is just 2. Guys, we are almost there. So let's say we have something like this, and then the left is also 2. So let's say we have something like this, but yeah, so let's say we have something like this, and all we have to do is to actually touch on the color, the type of color we are using, and then let's see what we would have. So we have something like this, which is not which is almost close to what we have there, but it still look like we have to do some few touches, right? Still look like we have to do some few touches, especially to the linear gradient, the spread should go a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, so this is what we are having on the spread now, where we can actually move the right a little bit to, let's see if 4 would kind of look okay, but the 4-2 seems very far away, so let's stick to 3. And then yeah, so the blur radius again guys, it's beginning to touch this out there, to touch the outside container, and so we would have something like this. And then let's have this as this, and let's see. Guys, we are getting close, but not so close as we should. So we are going to replace this color, one of the colors, with this, and let's see if it will actually make sense. So assuming this is the color we have, let's see what we would have. It's not going to show because it's the exact same thing that we are using. Yeah, it's rather giving us the dark, which is not what we are looking for. Phew, guys, so we have something so close but not very close, and then I don't think we can go with that because that is not what we are looking for. That is not what we are looking for. If we should have that white as the starting color, nah. Yeah, so guys, we have to achieve this. We have to achieve this seriously. The problem is that when I click on this, it doesn't actually give me the outer colors, right? The outer colors. it only gives this linear, which has a top of 0, and then this like this. If we copy the one below and use it as our first color, let's see. And then if we copy the one above and use it as our next color, yeah, so this is the issue, which is this one with values alpha 0. Alright, so if we should do something like this, we are gonna have that, and this would be starting. Yeah, still it doesn't look like what we want, right? It doesn't look like what we are looking for, guys. The issue is huge. Yeah, getting this button to actually look like what we are looking for, it's like an issue right now, because Charlie, we are building a widget that's kind of that might not even be available yet, and then we are trying our best to build that particular widget, and because of that we are now having a tough time. This is a roadblock. A roadblock that would have to take care of before we move to something else. Yeah, so our colors do not seem like they want to help us. Retrobyte, thanks very much for the follows. Please don't forget to also check out the YouTube channel and drop a sub for more videos like this. Yeah, so if we should have something like this, what about something 0.05? Will that affect our button? Now we still need that particular feel, that gradient feel. Yet to the white, let's make it 5. Let's start reducing the white. Does that make anything closer? Does it look any way closer to what we have? Right, I think the whole work is around the button section, right? I think all the work that we need to do is around this particular section. We only have to get the perfect color, right, or the perfect underground gradient, and then we should be good to go. So let's say we have this, and then we are going to duplicate it and see how it will look like if we should have two buttons looking like this. So let's duplicate this, and let's see how it will look like if we should have two buttons looking like this. Okay, so let's rerun, and then we are gonna have something like that. Why? Cross axis alignment, and then main axis alignment should be to the end. Yeah, or why the space? Okay, the space because of this. Whew, guys, we are in a deep problem. Yeah, the space because of that. Yeah, so this is how it looks like if we should have two buttons. Let's give them some in sizing, so constant sized box, and then we are going to set the width to 8.0. so this is how it will look like if we should have two buttons on the screen. This is how it will look like, right? We are trying to achieve something like this. So let me first download this exact menu icon, and then we'll put it on there and see how it's gonna look like. Because guys, we can't spend the 2 hours, right, or 3 hours just trying to get exactly what we want. Normally I would have to go back, look at it, just study it, and come back with a solution. Right, so we can spend the whole time checking it out. So let's import the other necessary stuff that we need to build our app, and then we can actually take it from there. Yeah, so let's add our category icon, and then let's copy the path reference, go to app assets, and then drop this. Yeah, so let's see category icon. Phew, guys, don't forget to subscribe for more videos and then the upcoming sessions, right? If you don't, please do it now. Subscribe. Yeah, so we're gonna have something like this. Yeah, having this, let's look at what the UI is asking for and what we are giving it. So the UI is asking for something like this, and we are giving it something like this. We still have to do more. What we have to do is that let's go to the Mobi app bar. Now I want to actually do what I never wanted to do, which is this. Go to Mobi app bar. Now we go here and then we are going to increase the blur radius. So let's increase the blur radius, guys, from that to 12, and then let's see if we can have it at let me have it 0.5, then we can make it huge. And now try to not this. Okay, that should be it right here. I'm looking for that. Yeah, so I'm looking for this, and then let's increase the blur radius and see what we would get. 40. And then what is the height of this one? Guys, the clip rect is not even doing what we asking it to do, so we can actually take it off. Seriously, it's not doing what we're asking it to do, so we can take it off and just have this. Oh, okay, it was doing something. Guys, it was doing something. Yeah, so it was doing this. What we can do is, I don't know if increasing this height will actually help us, but let's do this. Preferred size, this is the height, the width, and then the height can be like, let's say 120, right? So let's do something like this and see. Can we give it a background color to see what we are doing? So background color should be blue. Guys, don't worry, this seems to be like one of the serious parts of the app. If we are able to make it out of here, then we are good to go. So this is what we have. Trying to increase the preferred height size, it's not increasing because we are calling it in an app bar somewhere, and that app bar also have its defined heights and stuff, so it is not actually affecting it the way it should, unfortunately. Yeah, so if we have this and we increase our blur radius, the question is, will it still affect it? And what are we even looking at? We are looking at the last element, right? So that is the blur radius, and it's still not affecting it. If we should increase this, it's also not affecting it. Now the question is, what is holding it from doing that? Right? What is holding it from doing that? What we can do is that this app bar, all right, we can actually set thanks very much for the follows, guys. Thanks very much for the follow and the support. What we can do is that, let me see, let's try something. So we're gonna have the app bar, the regular app bar, right? Oh, sorry. And then we would set something like bottom. Yeah, we are in a, so I have to leave here and then go do it from that side. Guys, I don't want to go do it from that side, so I think we can just stick to this and then continue with this, because doing it from that side is very long. Yeah, it's gonna be so long. I am supposed to go inside the Mobi background and change this to app bar. I think the Mobi app bar. Yeah, I'm supposed to come here. So maybe inside of preferred size, we are gonna have something like bottom. Guys, it's just a lot. It's gonna be a lot. Mm. It's gonna be a lot. If we go to Mobi background, we are asking for preferred size, and that is an issue because we can actually request for the normal app bar. Yeah, so we don't even need this here. Let me take it off. We don't even need it here. That is the truth. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Mobi. Yeah, we don't need you. Please go away. Go away. Oh, do we really need it? Guys, yeah, we need it. Sorry. We do need it. Yeah. Yeah, so what do we do from here? We just go in here and see what we can get out of this. If we do 0 point this, our image is gonna look like it does not even exist. 0 point this. Now the spread is not working. That is what is kind of hitting my head because we are using this clip rect, clip r rect, which is preventing the spread from working. Yeah, guys, we have a lot of issues right now. That's what we are supposed to work on, but as you can see now, it is giving us an issue. What I want us to check is what if we set the height and width of this particular container. So let's say we are setting a width and a height for it. So let's go here and say we are giving it 40-40. Will that affect it? That's the question. Yeah, it seems to be to affect it. So let's say we do something like 20, and it's going to look like that. Now if we increase the blur radius, guys, thank you very much for the follow, and please don't forget to subscribe. All right, don't forget to subscribe. Let's see. That is what we have, and then let's increase it to 0 0.5 and see what we are gonna have. Guys, we can see it. Can you even see what we are doing? No, this button just want to hold our neck. This button just want to hold our neck. Oh my god. This button just want to hold our neck. We are so close to getting this, and now we are not able to have it anymore because we were so close to having something like this. And now the circular box shadow, the circular shape is just clipping off the shadow, and because of the clip now it can't expand. Although we have this, now we are being affected by the background of what do we have here. Let's give this background color first. So let's say the color is blue, and then a new idea has arrived, right? So the screen is small. Yeah, unfortunately you have to expand it. You have to watch it in a expanded view, else you have to check the YouTube channel to have that. But this is like the default size, and then unfortunately we can't make any change to it. Yeah, so you have to actually expand and then also check out some few fixes. Yeah, so guys, I think we are close to achieving something because now using the box shadow actually wants to give us something sensible. So I think we can try that out. Let's go to the Mobi background and make use of its own shadow and see what it will give us. Yeah, so now we are having something like this. Let's take this black off. I don't know, is it a black that we have to take off? Yeah, so we are now having something like this. If we should use the white, if we should use with let's use only whites and see. But first let's try this and use 0.5 and let's see what we are gonna have. Is it close? Let's see, is it close? Not close, so let's use white and see. Guys, 0.05. Let's see, guys, I do something, I think we are so close, and then boom, something else. So what we are going to do is that just leave this button, let it rest so that we can focus on other stuff, because damn bro, you are taking all our time. Let's give it all the white, the color. Let's give it the same thing. Yeah, across board. So this is what we have, and then now we just change this to, let's make it 0 and C, or starting from the top. If we should give it 0, how is it gonna look like? It's looking like what we have there, but we need this particular color, right? We need this particular color, but when we bring the color, then boom, something else. It seems it gives us that it is saying that, hey, this is the color you are supposed to use, but when you use it, you won't get what you are looking for. Yeah, it's like that is what it's telling us, like, hey, you are going to use this color, but just know that when you use it, you won't get what you are looking for. You see, we are trying to use it, but put 3 of them here, and then boom, you are out of coverage area. Then you are out of coverage area. I can see a bird starting on the 3. Where is my gun? If I see the gun, I will shoot this bird, and this bird will be mine. Let's see. Guys, I think I would have to leave this, right? I would have to leave this so that we can focus on other sections of the app, or if you like, we can still continue to struggle around it until we get it, but I would love to leave it so that we would focus on other sections of the app, and then in the next episode I would give to you the reason why this is actually this way. What do you think? What do you think? Does it make sense? Or you say, nah, you ain't gonna leave this? You. Are we making sense? How many zeros can I give it to have it go so dark? I think that is the end of the zeros. So let's try gray. Yeah, so that is like the darkest it can go, guys. We would actually make use or manage this for now. I'm gonna find out why this is like this, right? I'm gonna find out why it is like this, and when we finally discover it, it's gonna be a fight, because what the hell, yeah. So I'm gonna find out. I would surely find out, and when I finally find out, we would also make use of it. But for now, let me just copy all this and make it a reusable component. So we are just gonna have it as a reusable component, and then when we are back we would make use of it. So let's go to shared and then have it here, and then let's call Mobi, right? Mobi buttons. Yeah, so we'll create a class and then call it Mobi buttons, and then we are gonna have a static class called let's return a widget, right? And then see the final stuff that we are going to return. So let's say icon button. Yeah, so this is like the Mobi regular icon button, which will be returning something like this. So returning something like this, then we would have to import our colors. We have to import the app assets, the icon, right? So in here we are going to do something like required, and then we will call the child, and then let's call it an icon, right? So in here we are gonna call this guys, thanks very much for the follow. So we are gonna call this a string, and then no, let's just make it a widget, right? Let's make it a widget and let's call it icon. Yeah, so in here inside of the child we are going to return something, the icon widget. Okay, so let's take off this, and then let's also take off this. So what are we returning? We would put this in a widget, which will be like the gesture detector. So this should be on tap, and then let's also add a function for the on tap. So required function, and then let's call it on tap. Yeah, so on tap or on pressed, since we want to have it as a button, so it will be nice to say on pressed. Yeah, so on tap we will do something like this. So let's call the on pressed function. Yeah, so now we have this, and then we'll just go to the Mobi app bar. Let's close this now. Yeah, so what we will do is call our Mobi buttons dot icon button on press, and then we supply the icon. So on press we have something like this, and then on the icon we have something like this. So on press, what are we doing? We will say to do perform an action. Yeah, let's have that for now. So let's say perform an action that is on our to do, and then our icon is going to be something like this. So we will copy this, and then we'll use it down here as well. Guys, I'm going to check out how we can actually get exactly what we can get a button to look exactly that way, but for now let's focus on the other stuff. We have a lot to build, so we can't waste the whole session on a single element. Yeah, so now we have this two. I'll go find out how we can get exactly this button, but for now let's go with these two, and then I would check it out and give you the results. Yeah, so guys, we have our app bar. We have our app bar. The next thing is for us to focus on the body. Yeah, so instead of we have the body to focus on, but before that we have the most important section, which is the bottom nav, right? We have to do the bottom nav. So what we will do is to download these icons. Let's get these icons downloaded, and then let's call them bottom nav icons, right? This, yeah. So guys, let's focus on the sweet part. Let's focus on the sweet part, and then after that we would actually go back and then correct the issue we are having with the icons. Yeah, so let me go here and bring all the icons, right? So so we have icons, the icons class, and then we can have something like the nav bar icons, right? I like separating my stuff from each other, because I want to easily locate stuff when it's time for me to actually do some edits or some updates. So yeah, so nav bar icons, and then we are just going to throw all this in here. Oh really? Just copy the single one. Yeah, to throw them here, and then we will just copy this particular path reference, and then we'll drop it inside of our YAML. So inside of the YAML, we are going to have another asset section, which will be the navbar icons. So pop get, and then we should be good to go. Yeah, so now we have this. Let's close this position because it's not needed yet, and then let's go to our app assets and then add that there. So app bar icons, we are gonna have the nav bar. Let's call it bottom nav. All right, bottom nav icons. Yeah guys, I like doing my stuff this way, so keep it clean, keep it well labeled and all that. So we would have the home icon. We have home icon, and then this. So this is like the home icon. Copy the path reference and drop it here. Yeah, so let's duplicate this 1 2 3, and then we have the search icon, right? We have the search icon. So where is the search? Yeah, we have the search icon. Search icon, copy the reference and then drop it here. Phew, guys, do you have a story to tell? Guys, thank you very much for the follows. I really apologize for not checking there because my eye read, guys. My eye read, Charlie. I know they see the thing top. I did do the thing with the thing won't give me chance make I do. Charlie, what's up? Like we for just build that thing simple, but right, they be like some pressure bit dey my neck. Something mechi go ho, bibi go mechi and say Charlie. As I was doing that thing, they just they do like zogolegi logolegi logolegi. Like bro, that's not how we do it yet. See, I was beginning to actually code in cycles. That is why I want us to leave that and then do something else. Cause if you want to spend so much time on a single thing, you get depression. You fall into depression. So I would have to hold on it so that we'll focus on the beautiful sections, and then later we'll go back to that. That is how it's done. Believe, thanks very much for the follow. I believe you believe what we are doing here. So believe, if you believe what we are doing, then believe, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. I believe you'll do that. Believe, thank you. Yeah, so guys, we are down here. Now we have all our assets laid out. Right, we have all our assets laid out. The next thing for us to do is to actually add those children in here, and then let's see what we are gonna have. Right, so we have container and then the box decoration. We are gonna work on the bottom nav, right? So we would have child, and child is gonna be a row. Row is gonna have a main axis of space between, right? Let's put a space between the children, and then we are gonna have children. Cross axis should also be centered, so cross axis should be in the center. Yeah, so we are gonna have children, and then each child is gonna be a column. Column is gonna be children, and then we'll be dealing with something like this, right? So let's first have the first child, which is gonna be an image icon. And then the image is going to be the asset image provider. So inside of asset image, sorry, we are going to have something like asset image what, yeah, the asset image provider. Then we'll call our app assets. Then we first pick the home icon, right? And then the color is going to be white. And then below this icon, we are gonna have the text, right? So let's search how what a text is. It's a medium text with a size of 10. That 10 is actually gonna be very small. So let's do app text dot medium Do we have medium? Yeah, so yeah, we have medium. The text is saying home, right? And then the color is actually white. So I think the default color is white. So we don't need to give it a color again. Yeah, so the default color is white. Rerun this, and then we should have something like this. All right, so inside of this container, to set the child, we are gonna have it centered. So let's have something like this: center. Oh, okay. Then let's focus on only the column to actually have main axis alignment in the center, right? So let's do main axis alignment inside in the center, and now we have this. Yeah, so after this we have the margin for the container. What we can also do is to add a padding, so we can have padding, the inner padding of the container, right? And then the inner spacing of the container. Yeah, so we are gonna have padding as symmetric. Horizontal padding will be a 16.0. so let's do that and let's see. Yeah, so we are gonna have something like that, but we need more than just 16, right? So let's use 24. Is that okay, guys? Is that okay? That seems to be okay. Now I'm getting to see the full view of what this person is doing here. It's just building things to break our head, guys. The developer, all right, the designer just built things to break our head, and no problem. I'm gonna get him. I'll look for him. We'll find him, guys. We are gonna find him. Yeah, so let's do same thing for the rest of the elements. So we are gonna have this as this column. All right, so we are gonna have this column as a reusable widget. So let's just go down here and do something like widgets, and then we'll build a bottom nav item. Yeah, so let's have this build bottom nav item, and then we are going to return the column. Yeah, so we'll be returning this, and then inside of that we need some elements which are going to be let's say string. So we are going to require a string, and then the string will be like the icon reference, right? So the icon reference, so where the icon is coming from, and then the next one is going to be the text, so which will be called label, right? So required string, then we'll call it label. Yeah, so we are going to replace this with label, and then we are going to replace this with icon reference, right? Yeah, so now having that, we can go in here and then we'll call build bottom nav item app assets. It's going to be our icon reference, and then we'll call the home icon, and then for the label we will call it home. Yeah, so now we should have something like this. Put a comma and then duplicate it. Yeah, so now we have this 4 elements. As you can see, we have this 4 elements. The next thing we would add to this is the index of each element, right? So we are going to add required int, and then we'll call index. Yeah, we are going to have to do that. So this index is 0, and then this index is 1, and then this index is 2, and then this index is 3. Yeah, so we can have something like this. We are going to use the index later in development. Yeah, so after having this, what do you think we have to do? Let's change the assets and then the labels. Don't worry, I know you are saying something. We are going to do that. For now, let's focus on this. Let's change the font size to what the developer asked, and let's see if that will work. So we are going to have to ask a double font size, and then it's either we are using that font size or we'll use 14. Yeah, so let's go in here, font size, and then we say 10.0. now let's see how small it's going to be. Yeah, you see how small it is, right? That's why I said 10.0 is very small. I don't know why he wants us to use that, but it is very small. Then we also have to put a little space in between these two, and that is a 4.0 vertical spacing. Yeah, so come here, do a constant sized box, and then give it a height, and then the height should be a 4.0 as shown on the UI. According to the UI, we have something like this. Guys, but I'm not convinced with the 10.0 font size because it is too small. We have this and it looks like this. Let's set the cross-axis alignment to center for the column. Is that centered? If that is centered, then it's crazy. Let's see. Wow, then it's crazy. It's cray. Yeah, so we go do this one for here like this, then we go do the rest for the other side as well. So yeah, so like this way we could get them now. We get them like this. The next thing we say, make we go check all the labels where we define for the down there. So we come this side, we go column search. That will be the label for this side, search. The next label will be your library, then the next one will be yeah, so this icon we go replace them with the search icon. This one we go replace them with WhatApp, your library. So library icon. Guys, thanks very much for the follow. I really appreciate all of them. Don't forget to subscribe. So we have the library one. We go add the library one for here. Then we go call this one library. Yeah, Charlie. How we go do, I'm sure. Maybe the English we they speak where they give we tough time, so make we go the local route, then see if the homeboys go to say what are they holla for here. Yeah, so we are gonna call this premium, and then let's see what we have. Yeah, so this is how it looks like. This is how it looks like. It looks very good, guys. This is beautiful. Oh my god. Shh. Yeah, so we are going to wrap all this in a guest chart detector so that we can click it, so that we can click it. I didn't say clock it, I said click it. Yeah, so we would have on top, and then on top should actually be doing something, right? Yeah, don't worry, we are going to do that like a movement. So let's give this to do, and then the to do is going to say that on tab change navigate to routes. Yeah, that'll be what we go put for this side, Charlie. No be now we go can't stress one about this, so make una take come like that. Yeah, so in here the first thing we will do is to actually make the on top work. Use the Nigerian accent, is good. Okay now, Charlie. So they say make they speak pidgin now, so I beg make we speak the pidgin. Yeah, so for this side we go use final int. Now you know for be final int, right? So for this side we go use int, then the int no we go call them selected index, right? So we go call them selected index. For this side we go make them 0. Yeah, so after this side we just go do some few for here, then Charlie, that be all. We for no stress cry. Yeah, so on top, yeah, on top we for write some small thing be for the down here where we go use check say the yes waiting be flatter now this now waiting, yes waiting be flatter now be this now. Hey Charlie, I better go. The pidgin they hard though, but yeah, I go speak am sha. Yeah, so we go do bool. We go do bool, and column is selected, guys. Yeah, so we go call this one selected. Then we go set them say if the selected index, right? So we go talk say if the selected index is equal to the index where we dey supply for the top here. No? So if you count the top here, no, you see say we dey put some index b for the top here. Yeah, we go the down here. then check say if the thing where we click on, if we click on this, if it be in way it did this side then make we change the color of the icon. If you know be here, then we know go change the color. That be what we do for the down here. So Charlie, come make we check and see. Guys, the pigeon they go on, wallahi. Yeah, so for the down here, what we go do be say, if it's selected, then make the color look like this. Else if we no select that particular one, then make the color look like this, right? So we go do the normal hex color configuration, right? So we go do them like this, then we go jump all the way to this side, then go pick this color for here. Hey, where you dey? It be in this. Yeah, so we go pick this color for here, then we go drop them for this side. It be so we go do or be so, yes, now it be so. So if that be the selected index side, then we go have that color. It be same thing now we go do for this side though. So we go do same thing for this side. Color is selected, then we supply this one. Charlie, it be this, it be this. So you dey watch, abeg make you go subscribe. As you dey watch, you dey enjoy, make you go subscribe before we go continue, because hey, boss. Yeah, so like this, it be like this way the color go dey look now. You dey see so the one way be the active one, it go dey white, and the other one go dey look that grayish color be that be how you dey want make it dey. If you check this side, that be all the UI they talk. So if be now we dey do pepper. UI say A, it be A we go do. Nobody go change them. So we get this one for here. Now the next thing be say, if we click something, if we click on the button, the thing for take we go the down somewhere. You see, if we click if we change the screen, if we click this, if we change the screen, but already we know they do so if we click here nothing they happen. You see, we click if for 10 white, then we go see something come say, oh, this be the screen where we do, but nothing they show. So if we go do that side first. So what we go do now, Charlie, we go first scan this side, then we go do something like, you see this page view, we go supply something give them, and then they call them controller, page controller. So we go use and they control the page like remote. When we click somewhere, something will happen for the page top. That be what we did do. So we go do this one, column page controller, come down here, column page controller, go here, then supply, say that it belongs to the page controller. So we are creating an instance of this page controller class, right? Where we they call this one. This way we use for the down here, no. This one, no. This tail, no. You know what they do? Yeah, it shows say this particular function for here, this particular instance for here, no, this variable. We go only use them for this side, will be private. So we know if you use them for anywhere of this for the app inside again. If we did different screen, we know if you call this one because it's only in the scope of this particular Mobi app or whatever. Yeah, so we go here, we go do controller, then we supply that controller. Now we're going to use this controller to control the page. That be what we do, Charlie. Initial page controller can be the selected index. Yeah. So now this be what we do. This be what we do now. Now they see yeah. So now we have this like this. What we go do be say, if we come down here now, when we click on the button, we then navigate to the page. But as we navigate to the page too, we also go change the value of the selected index. So what we go do be say, we go write this one on page changed. Then we go do them like this. You see. So on page changed, no, there will be some value be where it will give the value of that particular index where we change and go. So we have this one say on page changed, and then we go set selected index. No, I don't know if we for set state, then we go do selected index equals the value, no, of the new page. So right, this be how they look. So it means say if we change to another page like this search screen, the index to go change to that particular page index. So make we come here, then come do some few touches, some back movements before here, then make we see what we go get. So let's call this the semi bold one, right? Let's do them like this. And then this one will be one a text too. So we get them like this, no. Then we just go copy this section. Just go copy and then come put them for here. Like we don't really care. I no be anybody in business sha. Then we do am like this, pa pa pa. So what we dey do be say if we go here no, now you dey see am, you dey see am, you dey see say the colours dey change. Na that be what I dey talk you now. You dey see say the colours dey change now. That be what I dey talk you. So now we move the page dey change but if we click no, e no dey change. So that be what we for do then chale. We don final this side be that. That be what we for do. We for no go do any giddy thing be. This be how smooth we dey expect say the thing go dey but this particular icons won't break one neck. E make we use half of the whole session, the full session hours take dey do one way e never work, so we go check am later. So right there what we dey do be say if we click on the button to the page for move, right, if we click on the button the page for move, so that be what we dey go do now. So what we go do be say we go call the controller wey we create for that page no. We go call the controller, then do something like this one, navigate. Be navigate abeg. We can either do animate to page or we go jump to page. But because we no wan use animate, because if you use animate no, e mean say if we click on we dey like premium, wey we click on home the page for animating body, so you go first come here before you go come here, wey you no go really nice like how we dey want am. You make a drop am for here, then you go see how e go dey. So we have animate to page, right? So make I do am. I go do the 2 so say you go see what I dey talk now. Make I do the 2. You people know they understand what I dey talk. You think say I dey lie? I know they lie. So so let's say we click on that thing also. We don't want to animate to that screen. So we go do index. We dey animate to the index of that particular page. That be where we dey go. Then the duration. You go fit set some constant duration be for milliseconds be, then call am 300. We could give am 300 milliseconds. Then the ease go be ease in and out. So let make we rerun the whole app, then you go see. Now we dey home. If we click on this, you see how they animate. You go animate to all the other screens before you go come here. But that no be how e for do. You see how they do am. That no be how e for do. That no be how e for do. So the best thing we for use for here be say jump to page. Remember, you no go use animate second if they tap no. So we are going to use jump to page, and inside of the jump to page we'll just apply the index that we are jumping to, and then that should be it, right? So now when we have this, all we are doing is that we are going to have something. Let me change this to it's limited to the scope here, so we don't even have to make it a private yet. So now when we click this, we are jumping to the pages instead of animating to them, right? So now you can see we are jumping to the pages. And also we want to take the scroll animation out of this particular page, right? Which means when you swipe left and right, you shouldn't be able to actually change the pages. So that is what we are going to do. We only want to stick to the click of each menu item, right? So let's go here. And then inside of the same page view, right? Inside of the same page view, you will set the physics. We have something called physics. That is what the scroll physics, right, is what we are going to use to actually prevent the page from scrolling, right? So we'll just call it a constant, and then we have a class that you can call, which is, or a method, which is the never scrollable physics, and this will prevent the page from scrolling now, which means we can't swipe left and right again unless we click or tap on something, which is this. So unless we tap on something, we wouldn't be able to go to that screen. So that is what we have. Let's check the icon size, and the icon size is 20. This is this. Now let's work on the rest of the things, right? So if you check from this side, we are missing a few things, a few touches. We have to do some final touches to actually make bottom nav look almost like this. The first one is when we select this, we have a linear layout. It has given the colors again, but you see that after using the colors, then boom, trouble. After using the colors, then boom, trouble. But let's try that and see. So we are gonna call this, we would call this is the decoration, right? We have this. Yeah, so we have this. Now the next thing for us to do, let me take off the border radius and use the shape and see if we would have the same cycle shape. Let me see. Yeah. As it is in the beginning, it's now and never shall be, world without end. Amen. Yeah, so we have this, which is our radius. We are gonna have to change this to gradient. So instead of having a solid background, now we are going to use gradient. So let's take off the black and then focus on this. So the first color is going to be this one, what he gave us. So we are going to use the same thing. What he gave us as the first color is what we are going to use. Nobody should come and hold my neck. I'm not responsible for any error here. So let's do color 0xEE in this as our first color, and then let's do our second color, right, which is this. So let's add this here and see what we would get. Rerun this, and now we have something like this. And then we are going to set the begin to top left, and then the end is going to be at the bottom right. So we have this, and it's this is how it looks like. So this is how it looks like. This is what it is given us. But after that, we are looking at this particular. So now we can see a little blur radius here. Uniform, progressive. That's not even what I'm looking for. So now we can check this. Let's select this and now see what we have in here. So we have this as a linear. We want to pick this particular section, which is also linear stuff, but I'm looking for this particular background. This here. Unfortunately we are not getting the color for this, which is making the also gonna give us another tough time, because without the color we would have to guess what to use there, which is not supposed to be so. Which is not supposed to be so. So we would have to guess the color to actually use here. So let's go and set the border of this particular bottom nav, right? So we'll call border, and then we'll call all, right? And then the color, it's let's use, what is this color going to be, safe? Okay, I think this one. Let's try this and see. So let's call this I know you guys want us to create color tokens. Don't worry, the colors are not named, so we would have to just be picking one after the other. So we have that, and then let's see the height of the stroke and all that. Was it given? It was not given, guys. It was not given, so we would have to find it out, right? So what he did is that instead of giving a border to this, he just put two elements on top of each other. So you can see we have this, and then we have this on its own. So that's what he did, which is now making our work difficult. So he did that, and it's now making our work difficult, because now it's just containers on top of containers, and we have to actually figure out how to make it work. Unfortunately, that is what we have. So the width, we can start from 4 to see how huge it's going to be, and then we can pick it from there. So this is what we have as the width now, and this is what we have in here. Yet so we now have this as the width, and we have this from here. And that is not all, he even gave it a shadow. So let's scatter everything and see what we are gonna get. Guys, when you are designing, always think about your developers. All right, yeah, so you can see elements upon elements. Guys, can you see this? So now this is what we are looking for. This is like the actual drop shadow, and it's even using two different drop shadows for this particular element. Guys, do you see the problem? Have you seen the problem? That is why we were working, and the issue was we were never able to get a button, because it is like containers on top of a container on top of a container on top of a container. See the number of elements we have here. Before this, see the number of elements we have here. So when we were selecting, it was just like this. We were only selecting this. When we were actually looking for the properties of this, it was only selecting this. And now you can see where our issue came from, unfortunately. And even given the shadows, so we would have to actually work around it. Yeah, so thank God we've been able to discover that. Now we can try to see if we'll make sense out of this. So let's do box shadow and start from here. The first one, the design actually have two shadows. We have the first one, which is in the positives, and then the next one, which is in the negatives. So that is what we are going to do. Right, so now it's saying when you want to do something, scatter the whole design to actually get what you are looking for. That's crazy. Yeah, so we have this and this. So Charlie, abeg, if you dey watch, yo, my boss, big boss, what's up? Guys, the bosses are in. Yeah, guys, don't forget to subscribe, okay? Thank you very much, and I'll see you at the brighter side of things. So our blur radius is saying 22, and then what's gonna be okay, x is -5 and y is -5. So offsets, and then we are gonna have the offset, and it's gonna be in the negatives, right? So -5 and then -5. So let's rerun this. Where is the issue coming from? Mobi app. Where is the issue coming from? It shows a red. I can't find a red. Yeah, so this is what it's giving us now. So you can now see the shadow, and then what we have to do is to duplicate this shadow, right? Let's copy this shadow, drop it here, and set another type of shadow. So now this will be in the positives, right? And then this should now be, wait, this should now be the first drop shadow. So let's pick this color, and then let's see what we are gonna have. Big bosses, please don't forget to follow and don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, so now this is what we have, guys. This is what we have, and as you can see, it's looking almost like what we have here. Where is it? Yeah, if not that, if we did not scatter the design, then we wouldn't even have gotten anywhere closer to having something like this, which is very unfortunate, because just look at the way we struggled to get this. It was so crazy. Now I'm tempted to scatter the whole design and see what we have at each section of the screen, right, of the app, because it seems like things are hidden. Yeah, one is this. Guys, can you see? Now one is this linear this linear stuff, right? So you can see the first one, which is this at 0%, and then the second one, which is 60% of black, and then the third one, which is 100% of this. All right, so guys, at least we are able to discover the hidden talents. We're able to discover the hidden talents of this particular UI. So yeah, that's a good thing for us. Now we can just go ahead and then touch things, right? And touch things. When I say touch things, I mean touch things. Some of you, your this thing, no, the way they reason things, no, you know, really they add up. So if I say touch it, things, no, then you guys are thinking otherwise. Yeah, so we're gonna have that, and then the next one is gonna be this, but 100% of it. So let's see the linear. Yeah, it's gonna be 100% of it. So let's pick the same thing, drop it here, and let's have this with no values. So let's rerun and see. Now this is how it looks like. If we should, where is it starting from? Top center to bottom, right? Top center to bottom center. So this is 60%, this is 100, this is 100. Yeah, sorry guys, it's 100. I don't know why I would have to have it this way, but let me see. We have that. Yeah, okay, take this off and take this off, and let's see. Yeah, so guys, this is what it's supposed to actually look like. This is what we are supposed to have according to the UI. Now let's check the black. The black is not actually the black that we want, so let's take off this and see if the black is gonna do the work for us. So we now have this black. Guys, can you see? So now our design is actually making a little bit of sense now. Our design is making a little bit of sense now. Can you see? Yeah, this is it. And then the actual background of this, the actual background of our card, right? Let me move all this out. Now I'm even now I'm not even in a happy mood for keeping those elements. I have to scatter them to actually get exactly what I'm looking for. So if we take off this, so what is this? And what is this? What is all this? Sure. So let's bring this here, and let's take off the linear stuff, and let's also take off this drop shadow and all that, and then you'll see that actually the color that we need for the background is the same color that we have here. So now we would have to change our scaffold background color to something good, right? To something crazy, which is this. So let's go to the main app. Do we have scaffold set here? No. If we have this, we are looking at the colors of our container. So let's go to the Mobi app and then scaffold. Do we have a background for it? No. Yeah, so this is what we have now, and guys, this is actually what we have to work with. Yeah, this is what we are going to be using. Wait, I think I missed something. The black in here, yeah, this is how it is. This, it's not a full black like black. Yeah, it's actually having something. Yeah, so let's confirm this as well. Yeah, so rerun, and then we have something like this, which actually didn't add up so well, because so now it will be 60% of this. Let's set it and see. Oh, nah, unless our scaffold is having a background of black. So let's see. And then we are having something like this. Yeah, so guys, this is what we would be having. So this scaffold background have to be taken all the way to the up level so that we wouldn't have to set it again and again and again and again. So we can come here and do scaffold background color, and then we'll just give it this color, which is black. Yeah, so guys, after too much work, after a lot of work, this is actually what we have gotten now. This is what we have gotten. Yeah, so guys, we are almost through. We are almost done with this particular episode, but we wasted a lot of time trying to figure out the ways around this design when it was actually hidden somewhere, which means we would have to do a lot of work to actually get here. But thank God, we've been able to get something or find what we were looking for. Yeah, so if I should rearrange them, what is on what and what is under what? Is this what we have? Like this? Okay. Yeah, so we would have to take the colors of this and then use it. Should everything be linear layout, linear whatever for you? I don't get it. Yeah, so where is our app? Yeah, the Mobi app. We are going all the way down to where the border, right here. We are going all the way down to the border, and then we are setting this as the border color. So let's do, and then we have this. Is that it, guys? Is that it? Can we say we've gotten our border color down? Guys, thanks very much for the follow. Please don't forget to subscribe, right? Yeah. Yeah, so guys, now we are having this, which is looking exactly like what we have in here. Now it's looking exactly like what we have in here. It's been a rough ride. It's it's been a rough ride, a tough ride, guys. It's been a tough ride, but at least we've been able to achieve something. We've been able to do something with our lives. Yeah, we've been able to do something with our lives, and thank God we didn't buy before then. Yeah, what we have to do next is to, I don't want us to create this now. So we can actually just set the background, which is going to be like this and all that. Then we would make use of it later. So let me try to reset all the stuff that we scattered. Let me try to reset all the stuff that we scattered, but we are going to make use of this. This is what we are doing right now, and we need it here so that we can make use of it. I hope it's just a single element and not rearranged or stuck on top of each other like the previous one. Yeah, so we have this, and then we are going to take care of it right now. So when we come here, we have this already, this container and this align. The next thing is actually add another align before this align, right? Another bottom center align. So we are gonna have this align, and then the alignment is gonna be in the bottom center like this. And then the child, right? The child of this is gonna be a container. Guys, thanks very much for the follow. Thanks for the likes, and thanks for subscribing to the YouTube channel. And also don't forget, tomorrow we are going live. The next episode is coming up, and we are building beautiful stuff. Yeah, so we have this here. The next thing for us is to set the height of this. For now, we just want to have it this way, so we are going to create this height, which would be 170, so that's like 160, and then the width is going to just take off the whole screen. So width would be the same double dot infinity. All right, double dot infinity, and then this be how the height go there, Charlie. Then we are going to have the height, which would be 160. So after this height, wetin we go do, bro? We go do one decoration, box decoration. Make we decorate one a box, make it know say, Charlie, we know they play for here. What we go do be say make we give am color. The color go be like give am green. For now, make we give am green. Rerun this thing, then we go have something like this. Yeah, we rerun am. This be what we go have, but actually that no be all. We for actually increase the height, crack, make it go top crack, cause what we get it be too small. So we for increase ourselves, make it go like 240. So we dey look at something like this. Abi you see am? Yeah, this one they click wall. After we get something like that, the next thing be say make we set the background. Where the background will be linear background. So Charlie, no long talk. But before then, we for do the border radius. Yeah, we for do the border radius. The border radius for here the border radius for here be say it be mixed too, so we for check and see which be which, but I know say this go be around 16 or something like that. Yeah, so guys, we would go here and then border radius, sorry, we will do something like border radius, then we'll call only, yeah, then we'll start from the top left. Alright, so the top left is going to be circular, and then we are giving it 32.0. So when we do this, we are having the top left, and then we are going to do the bottom right. And then no guys, sorry. We are going to do the top right, and then the top right is going to be the same circular stuff, so we can just copy this and drop. Yeah, so now we have this. Let's rerun, and then this is what we have, guys. It's looking good, yeah. Now we are actually building something. Now we are building something tangible compared to when we had breaking our heads because the design was actually a stack. Guys, I don't want to talk much about it. Let's just continue. Yeah, so after we get this, wait till be the next one now. Make we click this one and see now. And the background color no. And give them this color. When then Sana give them this color. Wait till be this color thing, Charlie. Next time we can build that, we go make sure say we investigate the design well, because what man they see for here, it no really be what we they expect. It no be what me self I expected say they can't find. But as we can't find them there, how we go do them? We just go add them like that. Yeah, so let's do linear gradient and then set colors. So we're gonna have something like this. Let's rerun, and this is what we have, right? So linear gradient always takes precedence over the actual color. That is why that one is missing. So let's see what we have. We have it from the top to the bottom, right? So we have it from the top, the start, and then the end. So the start is the 0% stop. The 0% stop, which is the start, is having a color like this. So color of XEE, which is this. Right, so let's do the begin to start. Sorry guys. Top center, yeah, and then the end will be the same bottom center. Yeah, so now we just set the next color, which is our next stop. So we do this, and then let's take the next stop. So it's gonna be this, guys. If not for this breaking down of the design, I think now we will still be struggling. Yeah, so now this is what we have, and it's looking almost like what we have here now. So I think we are good to go, right? The next thing is for us to do the shadow, and then we can find our way out of here. It actually have a stroke around it. Wow. So guys, let's do the next one, which is the border, right? So we would have to do border, and then we'll call all. The stroke moves across all sections, right? Yeah, it's around all the sections. So let's do border radius, the border all, and then the color. What is going to be the color, guys? Let's select this, and then let's look for the stroke, and even the stroke is a gradient stroke, guys. Why? Let's copy this color and then give it to it. Does this person not know that it is developers are coming to actually build this and have it elsewhere? Because it's some way, bro. Let's increase the width and make sure we have our stroke. Let's make it bigger. Yeah, so the stroke is there, so we only have to have it as one, and then that's all. Yeah, so now we have our stroke. Yeah, guys, thanks very much for the likes. Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to follow. So now that we have our stroke, the next thing is for us to build a shadow. Then we should be good to go, right? So this is the blur radius, just a 30, and then the 50% of this white, this black, then we are good to go. How can one thing have so much decorations, guys? So the next thing we are gonna do is box shadow, right? So box shadow, we're gonna have this, and then just a single box shadow. The color is gonna be this. Guys, thanks very much for the likes. Don't forget to follow and stay tuned for more videos, more episodes, and let's see how we are going to struggle to actually finish this design and this full app. Yeah, so the next thing is to set the blur radius to 30, then we should be good to go. Yeah, now guys, that is what we have, or this is what we have according to what the UI has given us. So if we go all the way down here, we should be seeing something like this. But even this have their own ways, bro. See the colors that we are about to meet, the different colors that we are coming to meet. We are deaded, guys. Guys, we are deaded. We are about to come see so many different colors, and then it's all in our hands, right? It's all in our hands. I think the linear gradient actually deserves a little bit of touch, because some things looks off. Yeah, so I think we can actually manage something like this for now, whilst we focus on the other stuff. So if we click this and check the linear, this starts from 0 and this is at 100. Well, please, where do you get your UI design? Yeah, the UI designs are all from Figma. If you want to have access to this particular one, you can check the video, all right, the video description, and then you should have access to the UI design. Yeah, so guys, that is that. We have this screen too. Yeah, now we have this screen too, and then this is what we have. Yeah, it's not actually easy getting these screens, but we've been able to make sense out of all that we have. So that is great. That is great. Is the UI free? Yeah, the UI is free, and you are free to redesign it, touch it up, turn it into your own product design and all that. So yeah, it's very free. The ones that are not allowed to be used are always there for sale, so you can look out for that before you even start using someone's UI. Yeah, so guys, now this is what we have, and we are about to start work. We are about to begin something crazy, something serious, and I know you would love to stick around and watch it to the end. So don't forget to subscribe whilst we build this app together. Yeah, so now let me do this, and then let's see. on the home screen, we now have this. It generates about 125 of them, then boom, we have this. But what we are doing is that when we scroll the element, we have to make sure we scroll all the way to the bottom. Thank you, you are welcome. Don't forget to follow and subscribe, guys. Yeah, so now we have this. We have our button out here. Now I believe if we should go back to the button, we'll be able to get it exactly as it is here. Now that I know that things are scattered anyhow, we can actually break an element down and then see what is below it and then on top of it. Yeah, so if we should take this, see the number of things that have been grouped. See the number of things that have been grouped, guys. Can you see? Can you see the number of things that have been grouped? Guys, can you now see the number of things that have been grouped? So we were looking for only this, yeah? We were looking for only this, but see the number of layers that are on top of it, which is too much. That's why we're struggling all this while, because we weren't getting the exact layer that we needed. And it was just too much. It was just too much, bro. It was just too much. Now see, just a single button when we were struggling, and this is actually how it looks like. See, this is the linear feel of it, and then the rest, and then the color and all that. But it was just a lot, so we failed to get it. Now we can actually get it if we want to. I don't know if you want us to continue checking it out, but I think we would have to check it out and make it, build it, make it look good before we move on. Guys, don't forget to subscribe, yeah? Because we have more episodes coming up. You can see all the videos we have down there. It's a lot. We have more episodes coming up, so you should actually check it out, and then don't forget to be the next subscriber. I love you. For subscribing, I love you. If you don't subscribe, I'll look for you in fights. Yeah, so guys, let's see what we are gonna do next. Oh, France is out of the World Cup. That is sad. A lot of people were actually rooting for France to win. I said France to win, but unfortunately they are out. Yeah, so guys, we are back here. Do you think we should touch it? Yeah, we have to touch it. If you don't touch it, then you're actually wasting your time. You got to touch it, right? In software engineering, people normally be like, when it works, don't touch it. For me, when it works, touch it. If you touch it and it's not working anymore, then you should know that it's not strong enough. Yeah, so we are gonna have to give space for this particular button, have it, and deal with it as a developer, because when I start something and I'm not able to finish it, I don't sleep well. So I want to have a good night's sleep. I want to have a good night's sleep. So guys, allow me to finish it. So this is what we are having, and then we'll call our app assets dot flash icon. Yeah, so now let's rerun this and go to the search screen. Now we have this icon. Yeah, this is looking good. We are about to get the working started. Let's first do color and make the icon white, then we can begin our troubles. Yeah, so first things first, go to the Mobi button and let's take off this big container. Wait, let's take it off. Yeah, so let's rerun, and then we have something like this. Good. The clip rect, we are gonna take it off. Don't cut anything again. So we are now gonna have something like this. Great. You ain't gonna beat us, bro. We are looking for you. Yeah, so now we have to pick this element and focus on it, right? So let's put it here. The first one is the linear, right? So we are gonna have this, which is going to be a linear gradient, right? So the background color, it's a linear gradient, so we would have to pick our linears out of this. The top linear from the 0%, which is the top center, top left, yeah, the top left is going to be this. The top left is going to be this, yeah. And then the next one, which is the bottom, it's going to be this. Yes, guys, it is crazy how we would have to break down, scatter the whole UI to get this. Imagine you are working with a UI designer or developer from your company or in your company, and this is how you have to destroy their design to get what they are doing. They'll come for your neck. They will come for your neck. So guys, that's now. Let's look at the drop shadows. So we have two drop shadows, just as the previous one is. We have the first one. So this is the guessing that we were guessing, right? We were guessing a whole lot of things when it's actually here, just that the designs were stacked on top of each other, so we couldn't discover or find it early. Yeah, so let's do this. We have this as the first shadow. Let's run. We have something like that, and then we are going to set the blur radius of it, right? So let's focus on the blur radius. The first shadow is having a 5, and then the blur radius is 22. Its offset is positive 2 positive 5s, and then the blur radius is 32. So we are going to look at something like this, right? And then the next box shadow is going to be the negatives. So it will be a negative of 5 and then a negative of 5. So down there we are looking at something like this, which is having this color, and then we are looking at and then it's the same 22, right? So negatives with this color and this. So now let's see. Now we have something like this. This is what we have here, right? This is what we have as our button. Now all we have to do is push it to the top there. Yeah, all we have to do is to push it to the top there, out here. But one thing we can check is this particular this, right? We have to check this because it's different. The first one we have to do, just as the previous design, we have to set a border. We have to set a border, so let's do border, and then all, and then the color of the border is gonna be, which one is that one? I think this. Yeah, this is also in the linear. Bro, it's just a lot. This is also in the linear stages. So I think the color of the border is supposed to be like this, right? So let's go to the app and then look for that particular one. Yeah, so this is what we have. We are going to pick this and drop it here. So now let's rerun and see. We would have a border like that, but the sizing has to be more smaller than the other one. So when we have this, then the next thing for us to do is look at this one, which is also another gradient, but we are looking at this section of it because, bro, you can't come and kill us. So when we pick the gradient of this, we are looking at this section at the bottom. The way it's looking there, as if, yeah. And then we have this at the top. So let's rerun and see. Then this is what we have now. Guys, this is how it is looking like after using exactly what he has on the UI. This is how it is looking like after using what he has on the UI. So we are picking something like this, then we are picking the very dark section of it. If we should pick this and replace it with this, then what are we gonna have? Something like this, which is not it. If we pick something like this and pick the last one, all right. So since our UI is not actually fully what we are looking for, now we have this. Guys, this is what we have now. What we have to do is that in the inside of our navbar, inside of our navbar, we have to actually do some few touches to limit how it looks like, right? It seems the glow around it is too much. Yeah, that is because it's on the black. We're actually using it at this section. So now we have to focus on this particular section, and then hopefully when we put it on top, it's gonna look almost similar to what we have on there. Yeah, so the focus is on this side and not this side. Yeah, so let's go here inside of the app bar, and let's see if we can have a customized app bar, or if we can use the actual app bar of the Mobi stuff and then supply it in there. So now we can take off the Mobi button, and then we can go to the Mobi background. Now using preferred size, right? Let's say we have a background. Let's say we have a background for this, an app bar for this. So app bar, then we have app bar, and then we have bottom, and then we have preferred size. Yeah, so normally this is where it's supposed to be at. So let's go inside of this Mobi app bar. Let's go into Mobi app bar, and then we are setting this to the preferred size, right? So now this is preferred size. Where are we using it at? Let's call the Mobi app bar. Yeah, so now inside of this app bar, let's call an actual. Can we have an actual app bar? Can we have an actual app bar like this? Yeah, can we have an actual app bar where we have something like this, and then we'll set something like this. So we will do widget dot app bar is not equal to null, then we do that, right? So if the app bar is not null, then we'll give it the widget dot its app bar. Or why am I even doing that much? Let's just do this, and then let's call let's call something like this, and then inside here, instead of supplying this, we would now look at what am I doing? Hey, yeah, so Control Z. Yeah, go in here. Where is our Mobi app bar? No, where is the Mobi background? Yeah, so inside of this we are gonna have like app bar, and then bottom, then we will supply this. Yeah, so now let's do something like this. Let's see, let's give it something like this. Okay, so in here we can now decide what we are doing from here. So let's this is a preferred size actually, but it says preferred size cannot be assigned to app bar. So what we have to do is to change this to preferred size. Yeah, now let's rerun and see what we'll have. Now this is actually what we have. This is what we have, and we will have to take off some few stuff, right? So assuming we have this in here, this is why we have double app bars. Let's take that off. Yeah, so we just have to set the background of this app bar, and then it should be transparent. So like this, and then we have this, and a transparent background, a transparent app bar is looking somehow. Yeah, the transparent app bar is looking somehow. So I think we can take this off and then use the one inside of the column. Guys, thanks very much for the likes, thanks very much for the follow, and thanks very much for the subscription, guys. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the happiest day of my life. Yeah, so now we have this. The reason why the app bar was not pushing downwards is because of what we did here. Yeah, so it's because of what we are having here. So what we can do is that let's go here, and then you can see that the height is not affecting it, but if we should use it inside of the app bar, then it's going to affect it. So the problem too is that when we set the app bar background, it's going to look like the other one, right? It's going to look some way. So let's go all the way and look for this background and use it as the app bar background and see what we would have. So let's do something like this, and then we'll have this. So now we can actually go ahead and take this off, and then let's see what we would have. So now we have this. Now we have this. But yeah, so now we have this. This height is what is making it appear at the bottom. So we can just we can even take, if we should take the height to 0, it's taking it all the way to the start. That's what we would have if the height is at 0. But you know what we are looking for. I'm looking for this. So padding horizontal, let's try padding vertical 24 and see what we are gonna have. This. The reason is because we are using this app bar here. We are returning this app bar, which is actually giving us issues. Yeah, we are returning this app bar, which is giving us issues. So what we can do is that we either set a new bottom for this particular app bar. So we are going to do app bar inside app bar, which is not even right. Yeah, we are going to do app bar inside app bar. Preferred size has a child, and that is the child it takes, right? So instead of returning app bar, we can actually return a row like this, and then a row like this, and then we should have the main axis element as space between, right? We would have the main axis element as space between, and then we are going to have children, and then the children will have leading, right? And then what's that leading? The leading is a widget, right? So if leading is not null, so we'll just do if the leading is not null, then do this, then use leading. What else are you doing? Okay, move child property to end. Don't worry, we'll do that. So we are doing this. If leading is not that, then let's do that, and then we would have, after that, we would have actions. Actions can also be null, so we'll say if actions is not null, and actions is not empty, then show the actions. So we are just going to use actions here. Yeah, so now what are we going to do? Widgets, element of list widgets. I think we can do something like this. Actions. still what are we gonna have to do something like this? Oh yeah, guys, 1 2 3, and then we call actions. Yeah, and then now what we can do is take this off. Yeah, so let's rerun, and then we have this. Now this is what we have now. As you can see, our elements are now increasing, and then we can actually have a clear view of what they look like. So what we can do is increase this to actually fit the height of the elements. Yeah, so now this is what we have. This is what we have, guys. The final touch. The final touch is this. The final touch is this, and then I don't know how good it looks. Almost I don't know how good it looks when comparing it to what we have on the UI. What we can reduce is actually the box shadow, which I think is too much. So when we change this 32 to 24, it's supposed to look something like this. And when we change this 24 to 16, then we should be having something like this. So guys, at the end of the day, through the valleys of the shadows of death yeah, through the valleys of the shadows of death, we've been able to actually achieve our final design for the button. Yeah, it hasn't been a smooth ride. It has not been a smooth ride, but at the end of the day, finally, we've been able to get this button to look exactly like, see, it's even off. Yeah, so guys, we've been able to get our button to look exactly like this. Yeah, we've been able to get our button to look exactly like this. So what we have to do is put a little spacing between them, and then that should be it for us. So in the nav bar, we have this actions, and then we just have to increase the spacing to 16, and that should be it. Yes, so guys, we've been able to achieve something great. We've been able to achieve something beautiful. If you are watching on YouTube, please don't go. We are about to begin episode 3. Yeah, we are about to begin episode 3, so please don't go. Yeah, guys, that's episode 2, and then let's get to episode 3.